Yeah, well, that's it. This is our little Baguio.
It looks so serene. It looks so restful. I
It's
really miss that feeling. That's one thing I realized I always got in the Philippines that I don't get here in Taiwan.
ano yun?
Just
It's the
yeah, I don't
busyness of
know.
no.
I don't know. Like when I was living in the Philippines, I constantly find places where I just feel serene, like I feel at my base level.
Di come back more often.
But I wonder why that is. Like, I can't figure it out because if you think about it, it should be more stressful, right? Because it's chaotic, the traffic.
That's right.
There's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of poverty, and
That's
a lot of
right.
pollution. And I wonder
Well,
why. Like all
you
things point to the fact that you should be more stressed out. But I find myself being more at base form in a
right.
lot of ways whenever I'm there. I don't know why.
I I would think it's well, let's go down to consciousness and headspace, and well, that translates to mentality, right? So we were talking about Kathmandu earlier, and I guess it's that feeling of if you feel serene in the Philippines, mas lalo pa doon kasi parang mas maluwag yung acceptance of life, of death, of that order, no?
Yeah, yeah, I
And
think so.
and
Yeah.
um and perhaps more developed nations tend to compartmentalize things, and well, the time is money kind of thing
Yeah, the
takes over. And
hustle.
well,
It's constantly hustling, right? Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
more
so
so in China, for example.
I'm sure
When I was living there
people.
for a couple of years, I felt so empty. Like
Okay,
like everything looked shiny on the surface. Like everything
right,
looked like, oh wow, it's so modern and look at this, look at that. But then it didn't feel like it had
but it's
any
empty,
substance. Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
right,
exactly. And it's such a paradox because you go to quote unquote developing country, right? And
yeah,
then but it feels so alive. It feels
exactly, and I,
so
and
many
I
things are
think
going on.
I think that's really the thing in general. The It's about that inner world and that external world. So yeah, things are dirty on the outside, pero yung loob malinis, yung sense of community, of kapwa is there, of
Hmm.
helping one
Oh, for
another.
people who don't speak Filipino, what's kapwa?
Okay, kapwa is the idea of like the self in the other. So you don't just think of yourself, you think of your brother. You see yourself in that other person's shoe.
Hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily mean you're related or it's your friend, or no, it's just another living person on earth, and regardless of your neighbor or ano, it's your kapwa,
So
and
you're part of life, basically, right?
you're part
You're
of
part of
life,
life.
and
Yeah.
you do good to them. You share what you have, and you sort of expect that in return.
But sometimes, what do you say to
And
people who sometimes do good deeds but get punished for it? What do you say to that?
well, that's what Christ did, right? But
Like you try your best to be a good person, but then you feel like life's dealing you a hard blow. Like, no, what?
well, I guess life is trying to teach you something else, but it shouldn't bring your spirits down. And like any philosophy, you try to stick to your guns in spite of losing a foot or something.
I think that's the word. Yeah, in spite of, right? Yeah. Because like again, or going back to earlier what we were talking about, people, for example, in Kathmandu, because reincarnation, karma is such a part of their lives. they don't even have to compartmentalize it. For people who think that way, or their viewpoint of life, they look at it through that lens. They look beyond this lifetime. It's always a lifetimes kind of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay, so there are good and bad days, but overall, if I'm sticking to my guns and I'm doing what I think is the
He's right.
right life,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking at it beyond this present lifetime, right? It's
Right,
like where I'm looking at it from past lives, future lives, present life, and in that context, you feel like, no, I'm still on the right path, despite seemingly on the outside, I'm not doing well, right?
right. Um, yeah. Sorry, the machines are going off, and I'm not sure if you're picking that up.
Look at you. You're such a homesteader, Like,
Super. I don't. I barely go out these days. I'm really in the studio 90% of the time. Um, yeah. Where were we? Um, Capua and where were we? I got lost.
No, I'm,
Sorry.
I'm just saying, for example, I was saying earlier, I think looking at your home, it feels like a place where you can actually just do nothing.
Live.
And yeah, exactly. Just let it flow, right? Just the vibes.
Yeah.
Here,
Well,
I'm always constantly thinking, like, should I be doing something? I'm always anxious, like I should be hustling. I should be,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, and I don't like
Well,
that. Yeah.
I think as artists, our hustle is in our headspace. So these are we're constantly battling inner worlds, and that's our battle, and that
By the
happens.
way, have you ever done other podcasts before? Did people invite you on before?
I've been to one or two, I guess. No, a
Okay.
bit more probably forums and stuff.
Mm.
Podcasts, yeah, a few also, but nothing as nice as this.
Oh, I'm glad you think that. Actually, I don't do this for anybody else. I just really do it for me. Like, I don't even promote my podcasts. Like a lot of people,
Well,
right? They would be posting it on Facebook and
right.
stuff. Yeah, but me, no. Like, I just record it. I send it to you, for example, afterwards.
Oh,
Whoever I
nice.
talk to that time, I would send it to them. If they want to share it, it's fine. But then I don't actively promote it.
It could be a good archive one day, if you're consistent.
That's what I
Right.
think. Yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
think. Especially, it's like, in a way, it's kind of like being an artist. Like, why do you do what you do? I just want to do it. Like, there's no
Right.
rhyme or logic or reason to it. I just want to do it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you know, and sometimes you don't. And
In a way, it's kind of like therapy for me. Like, I get to talk to my friends. I just happen to record it for myself.
right, right,
And sometimes
right.
it's helpful when I listen back to it again, because I miss a lot of points too during the recording. And then when I drive, for example, I put it on and I listen to it again. It's like, oh, I didn't catch that the
Ang
first time. You
galing.
know what I mean?
Ang
Like,
galing. Ang
ganyan
galing.
pala. I didn't catch that.
Ang galing. Ang galing.
So in a way, it's like therapy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Therapy, going to therapy. There, I think the world. We all have to find our own way. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like since sort of COVID,
Yeah,
things
it's been kind
have
of
been.
crazy, hasn't it?
It,
Yeah.
it's like the world on hyper crack. I don't know. Like everyone's so in a hurry, or I don't know. There's a whole different ball game happening. There's a post COVID and you know
Yeah, it feels like we got away from one track and we just all shifted to another thing during the COVID
some
thing. Yeah.
something else is going on.
My son would put it this way. He says it feels like a mad fever dream.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, and he feels that already now.
Yeah, even at his age, I mean, he's 15 now. And then, so he's what, Gen Z,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then his
Kawawa sila,
generation,
no?
yeah.
Kawawa sila.
Yeah, they have a lot basically on their plates. And then, as
It's
young as he is, he's feeling it. He's like, oh, this is like a mad fever dream to know what's going on.
And the
But they seem
and
like they're natives in this time of chaos, though.
right, they're tech savvy, but I think the pressures on them, yeah, iba rin, no?
I really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, when we were growing up, yeah, I was chaotic.
You were allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah. Plus, I think it helped that, technology wasn't as rampant, right? So you're like allowed to make mistakes, and it's not
And
like,
forget about it.
yeah, exactly. Not the world's not going to crucify you for it, right?
Right. Now it's everything is recorded, like our
Yeah.
conversation.
But I don't know. I feel more lonely though compared to,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Compared to like the
Really.
90s when we were growing up. It's like I feel more disconnect with life and people.
Super.
And it's not like I
Super.
intentionally want to be disconnected. It's just somehow forces seem to disconnect me from things that usually give me vitality. I don't know how to explain
Well,
it.
perhaps that's not just you. I think perhaps the whole world is feeling this way,
Yeah.
and it's probably designed that way.
Which is
It's the
like, it
old
kind of sucks, right? If you think about it.
divide and conquer. It's
That's right.
the
Yeah.
oldest trick in the book.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
mean,
Like you've been coming to Taiwan recently, right?
yeah.
I mentioned to you that is there anything you found like interesting you wanted to know more about? Maybe I could like
Yeah,
shed some
well,
light into it.
para sa akin, I think for me, like Taiwan is one of those places I could live. Uh, it has that hectic thing, pero relax pa rin compared to mainland China, to
Oh
Hong
yeah, yeah,
Kong,
for
to
sure. Yeah,
Japan, Korea. I think Thailand still has that island. I
vibe.
don't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
still kind of bathala na in a way.
Hmm.
Uh, but you have all the great consumer commodities
Yeah, yeah.
and good food.
When your mom
So
was still around, and when you brought her here,
yeah,
I took her to one of the local temples,
right.
right? And then
Ano to? Tao? Tao?
I
Tao?
think it was
Hindi.
a Taoist temple, yeah, or yeah, I think so. But the point is, so one of the things we were talking about is like, I think I know what you mean. In Taiwan, if you dig deep, or not even that deep, you just have to search around a little bit. You still
Yes,
find stuff that's not just materialistic. You know what I mean? Like
right.
it's there. It's not
You
like
you
you have to search
also
very
have it.
hard for it. It's there. Yeah.
You also still have it. You're still connected, and I think that's the problem in general with the world is that we are really. The system is really trying to divide us.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah. I
like
couldn't agree
whether
more.
it's
Yeah.
it's Facebook or with
Oh,
our
the news.
cultures,
Yeah.
with our beliefs, with
Yeah.
our family and friends. Um, and I think yung pinakalakas nga natin, yung that instinct, for
Yeah.
example, no?
Yeah.
I think that gut feeling, yan yung pinaka ano natin yan eh.
We have to hold
Lakas
on to
natin
that,
yan.
right? Yeah,
We
that's
have
your
to hold
strength
on to
there,
that.
right?
That's our
Yeah.
antennas. And
Yeah.
if we just walk blindly into whatever, live our lives without that, I don't know, man. You're like sheep.
You know what's crazy
Yeah.
though, bro? Like, even with the temples and stuff, right? Like, I have
Mm,
such a like I doubt everything. Like I
mm,
question
mm,
authority. I don't know where I
mm.
got that from. Could be
It's a
from the
good thing.
generation like we grew up in. I don't know. I don't know
It's
where
a
I
good
get it.
thing.
Yeah, but like even for the temples and stuff, like so I think I remember some one time somebody was asking me like, "Oh, so why don't you pray to this or pray to that or like why pray to this instead of that?" And frankly, I said, actually one before I answered that, one of the things that I always think about is why do I assume that the deity that I'm praying to is a benevolent deity? Maybe like people around my community all pray to that deity, but doesn't mean that it's a benevolent or a good deity, right? Like I can't see them. It's like
right,
why do I assume that, they're good, right? I mean, I don't know.
right,
I just find
right,
myself asking all these weird questions. Like I don't just do something because everyone else does it, right? But I
right.
assume that the temple, the deity has been there for God knows how long, and everyone, you know,
It's really, it's really hard to lose faith, and I think I experienced that, I think, 2 years
yeah, you
ago.
know what I mean, right? It's like, yeah, just
I
because everyone
definitely,
assumes it's good, like I don't know, like
definitely,
I have to see it for myself, right? I don't know if that's a good deity or not. Like,
right.
yeah, I don't know. I find myself asking all these weird
Or
questions.
even
Yeah.
if there is a deity,
Yeah, oh, I don't know. Like
diba?
I was just watching the other day that one of the famous urban legends or ghost stories here in Taiwan is
Mm,
about people getting lost in the mountains, kind of like similar to a lot of the stories we have in the
mm,
Philippines, right? And then like
mm,
spirits would want to take you away for their own reasons, whatever the reason is.
mm,
Like we don't
mm,
know. And then,
mm.
so the story goes, the family asks for the help from the local land deity because in Taiwan it's a big thing. Every district has got its own local land deity. Parang si Lolo. It's like a
How nice,
grandfatherly kind of like a
how
figure.
nice, how
Yeah. And
nice.
so like for everything, like, hey, my son's gonna take his exams tomorrow, like so you kind of like offer up some incense and stuff like that. And so this story is, I think one of their aunts or uncles was missing after a climb in the mountains. So they
Yeah,
asked the local deity for help after searching for like 7 or 8 days. They couldn't find her. And then
right.
when they did find her, this old person basically said, "Oh yeah, like a nice elderly couple came and talked to me." And so this little girl who was leading me further and further away just disappeared after they showed up. Things like
Wow.
that. So, but I'm thinking to myself, like, well, in this case, it's like you happen to be lucky that the local Lolo, the deity, is a,
Yeah,
is a benevolent one and helped you
yeah,
out.
yeah,
But what's
yeah.
to assume that that local deity wasn't in cahoots, with other mountains? I don't know. I'm like thinking all these weird questions because I can't see them, right?
Galing. We have same, but this practice, how that must be an old one, no?
It's a very ingrained thing in Taiwanese culture. Temple worship, temple culture. There's Taoism, there's Buddhism, there's ancestor worship. There's many different factions.
What is their name for the hakao?
Yeah, the
What's
Hakka.
the yeah? Is
Yeah.
there a name for their religion, or do they have a religion? Or
Oh no, it's just just Taoism or Buddhism and ancestor worship.
okay,
Yeah. So the local lolo I was talking about in Chinese, it's called 土地公. Literally
Tutikong.
translates as land grandfather
How lovely.
or grandfather of the land, something like that. Yeah.
How lovely. But you see, these stories and these belief systems are, I think, the fiber of what keeps people grounded together. Um, Unlike in the West, it's a no man's land.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one believes in anything. God is money, and then you're supposed, if you want to do a quest for your own thing, open, the YouTube channel or buy some books. So as a society or as a community, it's very difficult to, I guess, grow or uh, just be.
Yeah, so
You know,
remember
you
a
know what
few
I
years
mean?
ago when you were here to start packing up your artwork to bring
Yeah, yeah,
home?
yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah.
know that place where you exhibited?
Right.
Right. So around that area, there's a lot of these local shrines to the Lolo, to the
Galing.
local grandpa, right? And especially that place where you exhibited because it's a lot of farmland.
Right.
right? So that culture is still very much alive, and I wouldn't be surprised if, like, that exact place where you exhibited, like, that is under the jurisdiction or protection of one of the lolos of the place. And he's like practically there. When you were this busy dismantling your stuff and packing them away, you know.
Galing.
Yeah, I don't know. This is one
Galing.
aspect of Taiwanese culture that is, is very local, right? It hasn't changed in a long time.
Well, I hope that stays that way. I hope that really stays that way.
Yeah. One thing though I wanted to
Uh,
ask you about the Philippines that always boggled me though is, like, like how if you go to the provinces, a lot of people, they are very connected to animism and
mm,
spirits of the land, and it's part of the culture, right? Like they don't
mm,
really question
mm.
it. Um,
Especially here in the Cordilleras.
yeah, yeah. So, but like one thing that always boggled me was like, I'm I'm very much convinced that this is real, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who are just overly superstitious. It's like, so,
Mm,
but
mm,
where do you draw the line, right? Between,
mm.
because, for example, like, we would have, some kasambahay, maybe some helpers here,
Yeah, yeah,
Filipino
yeah.
helpers here, and she'd constantly be saying, "Sir, I think I heard this noise," or like, "I heard," or I think I saw this and that." And when I went to investigate, it was just like, dude, like the gardener was here yesterday, and the
Right,
footprints that you see was, yeah, the gardener working.
right,
So like
right.
constantly wonder how much of it is really a real phenomenon that they saw,
Yeah,
or if
yeah,
it's just them being overly superstitious. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know about yung mga ganyan, yung mga ghosts and ano. I'm sure that's very much alive and around and all of that. Pero what I find amazing is how uh, Filipino spirituality, in terms of healing or that sort of thing, managed to survive in spite of all the Western medicine. I guess
Mm,
it would be like also there, di ba?
yeah, yeah.
Yung Chinese ano,
Traditional medicine, yeah.
traditional medicine. And so in a way here there's also that stuff, and like which plants are for what, and we go back to folk beliefs, the rituals that are performed. So for me, I think that's truly amazing, um, and I think we really have to try to how does something like that survive? Like the
Yeah,
hilot, like
yeah,
the hilot, for example. No,
yeah.
a massage is a massage. A hilot is something completely different
Do
because
you,
you're
do you find
talking.
yourself using both Western and local
Yeah,
remedies at the
definitely,
same time? Yeah, like, I find
definitely.
myself doing that actually.
But it's very important. I mean, the coexistence is it's amazing, and how minority cultures manage to live on, pass
Hmm.
on that folk, whether it's
Yeah.
the kasambahay saying may ano dun, or
Ah, yeah, yeah,
don't cut your nails at night, or
yeah.
put some salt there. Ang galing nitong ano na to eh. Um, yeah, and how long that will survive, or how will it develop? That's always so interesting, and I often touch about it in my work.
Mm,
The seen, the unseen.
yeah.
Um, can 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 I transform the most kitschy of
Hmm.
objects into something that somehow taps into mysticism,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a spiritual insight?
Yeah,
That for me
yeah.
is my now eh. Parang how do
Right.
I that, to transform pink kitsch into something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because like we find ourselves reaching for that, right? It's always just just barely there. It's like it's out of reach, just that a little bit out of reach, right? You're
Right,
constantly
right,
you're
right.
trying to get it. My personal theory on why everything is so chaotic at the moment is because, like you said, I think it's a meeting of the traditional things that have lingered on despite everything, and all the modern high tech stuff, all like coming to a head.
Mm,
Because we
mm.
live at that conjunction, I think, where we
Super.
know enough about the old ways, and
Right,
if you believe in it, it gives it power. So it works.
right.
It's there,
Yeah,
right? That doesn't, it's not erased. But then with the advent of technology like AI, for example, now and everything,
that's crazy.
I just think that it's that meeting of two forces that we're living in right now. That's why everything seems so crazy. That's
Yeah,
my theory. There's
yeah,
enough of the old, but the new is relentless. It wants to come in, right? So like
yeah.
that clash is like boom, the chaos.
Super,
Yeah.
super. I mean, Iran is unbelievable. I mean, it's the U.S. It's Israel. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
that's
I'm
geopolitics, but do you want to talk about metaphysical stuff? Do you think lizards are running the show? you know,
super,
as
super,
conspiracy theories go.
super, super, super.
I know, maybe these otherworldly beings, they're here and they're like manipulating forces that we don't know about, right, for their own
That's
ends. I don't know
evil.
what's
There's
going on.
evil. There's a dark force. There's a dark force. There's
Oh my
something
god,
evil
yeah,
about it.
you can. It's
It's
palpable,
not,
actually.
you know, to yeah. It's not good.
But I think it's nothing new though, in the sense that recently I've been digging more into history, and then I realized that things weren't all that much better in a lot of the
Right.
older
Wars were,
civilizations, right?
yeah, well, we should know better, I guess.
I don't know, like yeah,
That's the
like
thing.
people sometimes have this rose-colored glasses view of the past, right? But then you really look at it and go like, oh my god, the Aztecs, they were sacrificing people every day. You know what I mean? It's like
Right,
it's not
right.
exactly. I'm sure there were a lot of great things, but then if you balance that with some of the more negative stuff that's happening, you're like, oh, they're human sacrifices. That's not cool. Like, or
Oh,
like
that
you go
is
back
cool.
to ancient Egypt, it's like, oh wow, what an advanced civilization. I'm sure there's a lot of scientific hidden mysteries there that we don't know about or has been intentionally covered up. Yeah, but you can't deny that. For example, they did have some diseases or parasites
Right,
that was specific to their time, and which made life probably very uncomfortable.
right,
So there's always
right.
like you have to like balance things out in the sense that maybe what we're going through is nothing new, right? There's a lot of bad shit that went on in a
No,
lot of previous
I'll
times.
thank you for knowing that. I'll keep that in mind. I have to be reminded.
Me too. Sometimes I feel like as bad as things are right now, but yeah, I mean, if you look at the positive things, yeah, there's some good stuff. Like maybe it's just a different face, but it's still more or less the same things, no matter which period in history you're looking at, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, just a different skin. For example, you just change the wallpaper of your laptop, or like you change the phone
Right,
case of your
right,
phone, but it's the same
right,
thing.
right. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah, man.
hear you.
So, what are your plans for the next couple of months? What's going on in your mind?
So it's crazy because well, since Kidlat's passing, which is as of tomorrow, 4 years,
Mm,
I have not been able to really produce a lot of work because a lot of other
yeah, yeah. A
domestic
lot of things are
duties
going on. Yeah, yeah.
fell in my lap. But um, and yeah, and Katrine also got sick, and
So many things have
and so
happened to you the
a
past four
lot, a
years.
lot,
Yeah.
a lot, and we had made vows like my father and I were all over the place. We were like, oh, sige, walang bawal kumuha ng major work. ano
Mm.
lang,
Mm.
petics lang.
Yeah. Right, right, right.
So I mean, we've been constantly working, but you know, it was divided into two zones. You
All
know,
right.
and this year it's just a load. I have a solo show in New York coming up in May. I have another collaboration in Manila, also in May,
Mm.
and I have London somewhere down the line. You know,
Man, that's a lot.
it's a lot, and
Yeah.
it 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 doesn't happen this way usually. You know,
You seem pretty
usually
chill though for
space
a guy
out.
who has so many projects going on at the
Well,
same time.
well, I feel it's all that energy that was stuffed away during these past years. It's just
Yeah.
coming out.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it's not. I'm enjoying. I'm really enjoying.
Right. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah,
nowhere
yeah.
to put my energies. Maybe I
Get
should,
it out, Victor.
yeah, maybe I should start painting or something. I don't know.
Do more podcasts. Invite more people, and I don't know. Get into
Yeah.
something that excites you. You have to find that inner tickle.
Yeah,
And
but kailangan ano eh, you need to find cool people for this shit. Like I don't want to just talk to anybody, you know what I mean? Not that I'm being highbrow or anything. It's just that I don't know. It's like I wanted to be interesting for me. Like I told you
right.
earlier, like I'm doing it, as therapy, right, for myself. So
Well,
like I want to be,
what
I want to talk to
what
that person.
what if it becomes what if you design it in such a way that, let's say, you ask me now, I'm gonna point to that next person,
Yeah, like how I'm
and
passing
then
it forward, right? Yeah.
that person passes it on to someone. You
Uh,
don't know where you're gonna go.
that's true. That might be fun, actually.
You don't know these people, but
Yeah, that's true.
might
Okay, okay.
ah,
I'll consider.
but
Sure, sure. If you can point me to the next person, yeah, I'd love
I can
to.
point you to the next
All
person.
right, that'll be cool. All right. Well, I think we're kind of running out of time. So yeah, it's been fun. I think we should do this more often.
We should. We should.
Yeah, but you're so busy, so I don't know.
It can be a yearly thing, or
Oh, dude, we're not getting any younger. You know that, right? Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, just point me to the next person. We'll see what
I
happens. See
will.
where the magic goes.
I will.
All
We're
right.
serious about this, huh?
Let's do it. I mean, like I said, I don't actively promote it, but after each recording, I give the link after I upload it to the person that I just talked to, and if they want to share it, they can share it.
Sige, sige, sige.
All right.
I have someone in mind.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh,
Any last things you want to wrap up with, or.
what? I don't know how to wrap this thing up. I think
Go
it
to
continues.
Kathmandu.
Yeah. I think we have to find ways to make our life interesting, enjoy it,
Hmm.
um, reflect always, and yeah, when when the world is going down, we make the best of what's still around.
There you go. I
You
couldn't have
know,
said it better myself. Okay,
that's
bro.
it.
Oh no. Let's
Okay,
uh let's end here and talk again real soon.
okay, Victor.
All right,
Thank you
man.
for inviting me. Nice to
Yeah, that
speak to you.
was fun.
My
Yeah.
love to the family,
Yeah, same here to you guys.
and see you soon.
All right. Bye, man. Thank you.
Bye, Vic. Salamat.
Bye.
Bye, bye.